A long time ago, in a galaxy far, far away, Lego Star Wars: The Complete Saga. My name is Matt, aka Road Jedi 88. Um, we will be getting into free play and challenge objectives for storyline players. Let's get into it. So, after we've completed the storyline, completed the chapter Darth Maul, we are going to go out to the container store. This is not immediately necessary, but it will be in the course of doing the free play. We have 3 characters we need to actually go ahead and purchase just to make sure our grounds are covered. Get Zam Wessel, Darth Maul, and of course we're not going to have the currency because we just did story. We weren't doing the secondary objectives in the storyline approach. So, but we will need to come back to guarantee getting the TIE Fighter. Let's start with Episode 1, The Phantom Menace, Chapter 1, Negotiations, Free Play, and then we'll come back through and do Challenge. I'm going to warn you in advance, I made a mistake in Challenge. For those who are watching in advance ahead, you can convert the order of how I get the objective for the challenge, but and I'll point it out when we get there. Anyways, for the objectives, as you've seen, I am tearing stuff up in this room. I am collecting money. Free play, your secondary objectives, if you are not following it in the storyline, is to collect a certain amount of currency in each chapter, obtaining the rank of True Jedi. That is what I'm doing right here in this room. I am trying to get the currency. If you did it in storyline, you would have it actually not long after leaving this first room. But we're taking the free play approach, so it's going to be a little bit longer approach to get it. We're going to make the chairs around this conference table sing and dance using the Force to the Mos Eisley Cantina Bith band members song. And then we're going to shake each and every single conference table chairs for the same reason why we would shake our own couches at home. Money coming out of it. So, as you're seeing me do, just shake the pennies, nickels, and dimes out of this thing. So the copper, the brass or copper Lego studs are worth about 10 Lego stud currencies. The blue are worth 100. They're worth 1,000. The silver are worth 100, and then the purple is worth 10,000. We're gonna open the door, take out these chronic liars accusing us of being intruders. They opened the front door, offered us to hostess. Then they did fail to offer us coffee or soft drink while we were waiting, but either way, shut them up. Or don't. But they will be firing at you while you're trying to do your secondary objective. If that is going to be annoying to you, take care of them. Repair the damage around the walls. I'm opening air vents, but on either side of the door. You can't really see them too well, but they are there. And I'm going to continue doing that all throughout this hall. In this first intersection, we have 2 doors. That is to our right and to our left, as in the direction that we're heading. I'm going to go through the door to the right first. I'm going to repair the gear to this right little minor lift situation here. I accidentally followed through with the green confirmation for jumping when you're doing the screen swiping. Again, this is an app store download for phones and tablets approach. It originally came out in the Xbox 360. I never actually played it there. This is the only version I've ever played it on. Shake up that generator. As you saw, I did it to both sides with the lift, the gears on the lift, and rode them up, and we got the high jump to collect the currency above. Now we're going to run across the hall. We need a protocol droid for the protocol droid panel. access the protocol droid panel, and come on in here. You see a lineup of battle droid security. We'll worry about them here in a minute. They are sitting there with another secondary objective to free play. That is the mini kit that you are looking at there. Let's collect the money out of in this room first, and then we'll get to that. Let's kind of break this down a little bit. That was ideally the purpose for the storyline mode approach to this game, to kind of break it down. Some people will need it that way, and that's what I'm willing to cater for. So, once you repair this little lifting, ride it up. It might be easier to go to manual control since you got a double jump to collect the blue Lego studs that are going to be higher up. Now, set your lead character on one of these buttons. Your secondary will follow suit with the other button. And when this force shield lifts, take out the battle droid securities and grab your first mini kit. We're going to run out to the hall. Now, I want you to take note real quick. Take note of the light beam up here. You saw I just activated these 2 light switches. We have 4 more to get. They are on a timer system. Money's coming out. We want our true Jedi, right? Don't, continue going for the true Jedi, but be quick about it because these light switches will reset after a certain amount of time. So try to be quick about it. They're just taking mini kit. So just a few more chronic liars down this hall. Take them out, shut them up. And we're going to, again, pluck some money out of these air vents. I lose money to my electricity. Obi-Wan's finding a way to get money out of it. We're going to need our protocol droid for the protocol droid panel. Come on inside. There is money all along down the bottom tier of this, or the bottom level of this room. There are 2 mini kits in this room. First, while you're in Jedi mode, go ahead and use the Force and stack the blocks on top of each other. Then you need to switch over to a small character. Right now we have Anakin Skywalker boy. So switch over to him and go into the crawl space. He will crawl his way up to the second level, the second tier. Step on that button and there goes the force shield generator. Run down the other end of this ledge and there's your 3rd mini kit. Switch over to Jar Jar, or unless you went ahead and managed to somehow purchase Captain Tarpals, he's the other Gungan that would have high jumping abilities. I didn't follow through that, so all I have is Jar Jar Binks. I'm waiting on Captain Tarpals. So it might be easier to go to Classic Control if you're on the phone version. If you're on 360, then I'm unfamiliar with how the control is happening there, but I imagine you're not having to do all the switching around. But you need a high jump onto the blocks and across the gap to the other ledge with a high jumper to get that mini kit. We're going to come down in here, continue to collect the money. We are almost there. This is probably the quickest you'll get true Jedi in this episode. Now, the purple light beams. Same thing as what we did with the blue light beams. It's the same thing. Be quick, but this time you have some obstruction in the way here. And I actually kind of got hung up for a second here. And I'm lucky that the lights did not reset while I was in the process of trying to get my control and Qui-Gon to cooperate. Grab your next mini kit. We should be seeing true Jedi rank here any minute. We'll just keep pinching for pennies. Every penny, every nickel, every dime, every quarter, it'll build up. Peso, rupees, whatever you reference your currency by. Okay, we are going to come in here. You can do a ground assault, like I just did, to destroy, collective items together, enemies as well. It is pretty effective. Switch over to the astromech panel, or to an astromech droid R2D2. Should be the only one we have right now. Switch over to R2. Come in here. Assemble the vulture droid. We're gonna need it to be in that other room. We need it in that other room. We're gonna come over here. We're gonna break the conference break room, or the break. Yeah, it's the middle of the night. I'm tired. We're in a break room. Break the break. Go to another high jumper, and Jar Jar is gonna get to force surf over and high jump for that 6th mini kit. Switch back over to a Jedi. We need a force user up on this ledge to pull the air vent apart. And then we need a high jumper to jump into the air vent or the air duct. When we come out here, because there's a gap, we need to go to someone with jetpack, jet thrusters. R2D2 has it. Come over here. Go ahead and hit the astromech panel. It's not really your only way out of this room. You can high jump back in that air duct, but it is a little bit quicker to have R2 just jet across and roll right through the force field that we just disabled. As you saw, I high jumped onto the vulture droid. I high jumped on over the vulture, higher up above the vulture droid to get that mini kit. So we're going to leave the room and continue the story. Again, just continue forward the way you would have in the story mode. Up until this point, you see that black dot to R2's right, where we just put the air duct vent, grill vent over, or the covering. They turn into a shelf at. We need to get up on top of the shelving and high jump for our 8th mini kit. Switch over to R2. This is preferable and easier. Jet over to that middle shelving here, this middle edge. High jump for your 9th mini kit. Switch back to R2 and jet over to this other ledge that has an astromech panel. Access it, open the door, and go in. You need a double jumper or a high jumper for this. Step on your secondary catcher will automatically step on that one button. The part that lifts up, get on it, and jump over into the empty Bacta tanks. When both Bacta tanks are open, with your 2 characters stepping on the buttons together, grab your power break. This unlocks an extra item in the Cantina store. We're going to come down here. I'm going to grab a power-up ball. That way I don't have to completely waste my time focus on this horde of battle droids, this whole platoon. I'm just going to come on down here. Let them shoot at me because that power-up is causing their blasts to deflect off of me and back into their face. They're getting to eat their snacks they're trying to serve me. Up until it wears off, then now I am taking a hit. But it gave me enough time to be able to put these stack these blocks so I can get up to this top area, switch to someone with a jetpack, R2D2 in our case, and grab your 10th mini kit. That is the last one. We now have true Jedi rank. We now have the power break, and we have 10 out of 10 mini kits. We now need to leave this episode or this chapter to lock everything we collected. And as you saw, I didn't have to go through the same process we did in story mode to get over that fence because I can convert my characters. I can just high jump over, convert into that particle droid, and access that panel without having to worry about all the extra stuff. We got true Jedi rank. We've got 10 out of 10 mini kits. This is accessing us for a showcase, a mini kit showcase that is outside the cantina. Masasa Cantina, our main world outside of these episodes and chapters. Eventually, I will get to that point and show you what that is all about. For now, we're just running through the stories. We're just running through the free plays and the challenges of the episodes. We will get to the mini kit showcase eventually. So we're gonna come back out to the cantina. We're gonna bounce back in to the chapter. Now, I made a mistake near the end, but it's not a major one. It's really not. You can backtrack like I did if you have to, or you can, if you're watching this in advance, either way, I'll point it out. I'll point out the mistake. I'll let you watch my mistake too. Hey, I may be doing a walkthrough, but I'm still human. I make mistakes in my gaming. I may be in gaming for over 30 years, but so the objective, I picked up that blue mini kit right on the other side of that conference table. 20 minutes. You have to get 10 blue mini kits in under 20 minutes. That first one is by the conference table, the other side. We're going to come into this room to the right, outside the conference room. Lift the left, whatever that is, by putting the gear on, and we got to jump for the second blue mini kit. We're going to run down this hall. You're going to need to convert to your protocol droid to access the protocol droid panel at the end here. And our third blue mini kit is to the left inside this room. Leave the room. Stay in R2 mode. One, the battle droids completely ignore R2. They got to know he's not on their side, but they completely ignore him as if he just is not dangerous or something. Or is somehow on their team. I don't know why they ignore him. I mean, they ought to see him as a bigger threat than Jar Jar. And they're making a target board out of Jar Jar. Anyways, we're going to come into this room with the Vulture droid in the break room. And we're going to grab our fourth blue mini kit. I want to go ahead and shut these guys up. They're not attacking me right now. But one, my secondary character is staying in Jar Jar mode. They're likely to start shooting at him. Fine by me. They might not hit me, but once I start using the force on this air vent, they would start shooting at me. So I just got that out of the way. Now we do need a high jump back in. Our fifth blue mini kit is on the other side, just like our regular mini kit was. Except we don't need a high jump for this one. We just simply need to get across the gap. And you can access that panel so you can get out of this area quicker without having to high jump into the air duct. Whichever is preferable to you. This is kind of my routine route, but you can still high jump into that air duct without messing with the astromech panel. It's whichever. Leave the room and continue story mode. We're about to actually reach where I made my mistake. In this upcoming room. I saved myself. I still was able to get it. But if you're watching right now, if you're gaming if you're watching while gaming at the same time, I'll save you the headache of having to backtrack like I had to. I'm going to stop right here. Once again, like when we did the regular mini kits in just the free play mode, there is a blue mini kit up above. You actually really don't need this air duct to shove over in here. You can if you want, but Jar Jar, if you high jump off the floor, if you go to Jar Jar, or Captain Tarples, whoever you might have as your high jumper right now, if you got ahead of that in the store somehow, Jar Jar can actually high jump from the floor level without the shelf and still snag it. It's actually, the blue mini kit is actually a little bit lower than what the regular mini kit was when we had to get that one. But this is where my mistake was. That would be blue mini kit number 6, and I completely ran right past it. I didn't even stop to grab it. But I will. I will. In my video, you'll see me go back and have to backtrack and go get it. It is a little bit annoying. But we need to come back into this room with the empty Bacta tanks. Once again. But we just need the right Bacta tank. Jump over into the empty the right Bacta tank. And grab that technically it should be blue mini kit number 7. It's counting as 6 for me, but if you went ahead and got the one I pointed out to you where my mistake was, you're counted at 7. If you jet across like I just did with R2 and jumped over the rail, you just picked up blue mini kit number 8. Blue mini kit, what should be blue mini kit number 9, is going to be at the end of the hangar bay. The end of the hangar docking bay. Up here, jump up into the ledge, and you have blue mini kit number 9. The last one is behind the battle droid carrier at the end of this chapter. And again, you don't have to go through the whole ordeal of unlocking that force field generator. Is not a big deal. Now, when you grab this one, you should be complete. It'll end it. Your time clock's over. It'll take you into the out screen. But because of my mistake, I'm having to backtrack. And I'm lucky that this was a shorter level and not like Escape from the Boo or Retake Seed Palace, because that would have been even brutal to have to backtrack depending on where I would have left one. It's not something I normally do. But like I said, it's middle of the night. And yeah, it was just a simple oversight, and I'm lucky that it was in a smaller, easier level. I mean, this is practically a tutorial level phase at this point of the game. We're just barely getting started if you think about it. So, live and learn. If you need a backtrack, you see what I'm doing? And this is originally how they wanted us to get the mini kit. That originally, I believe this is how they wanted us to get the mini kit that would have been here, as well as to get over here with a high jumper like Jar Jar getting up on this ledge. They expected us to just jump down out of here and then stack these blocks. But you could utilize that as backtracking if you need to. So there's that mini kit. And like I said, it stops the time clock. Challenge complete. And it's not ideal to be making mistakes for a walkthrough, but at the same time, for anyone who is new to the game, it gives you, me allowing myself to let you see me make a mistake gives you kind of a heads up of what you can expect if you were to make this mistake. It's an opportunity to kind of learn from my mistake. And luckily, it was in a smaller level, simpler situation. It could have been worse. It could have been Retake Seed Palace at the very beginning of the level and me making it all the way to the end. That would have really sucked. Anyways, we're going to come back out to the Masasa Cantina. And we have 606,000 over Republic Lego Stud credits, as I like to call it. Or Lego Republic credit studs, however you want to go about it. I mean, the Republic credits is a Star Wars thing. Lego studs is Legos. We're in Lego Star Wars. We're going to go through and purchase all the characters that we can purchase. This is going to widen our selection of characters to choose from when we go further down the line in free play and challenge modes. Gold bricks are not immediately essential. It is for bonus levels that we'll do at the end of the game, along with the mini kit showcase I mentioned. You can go into the extra section. Now, Some of these were already kind of put in place, but I believe it was the poo money that our or the Super Kong. It might have been the Super Kong that our power brick. When we picked up the power brick in challenge in the free play mode, it unlocked something out of that extra store credit or section. So we'll go into Invasion of Naboo. Subscribe to the channel, like the videos, comments, questions, suggestions down below. Thank you for following, and may the Force be with you.